regular season homestand with a playoff berth and the AL East title still on the line. Tonight, big right-hander Jeff Neiman goes to the hill against Ichiro and the Seattle Mariners. The chase for the postseason continues on Sun Sports. You like meaningful games in September? We've got them for you. The Rays back home at Tropicana Field, fresh off a 4-game split with the New York Yankees, and tonight the Rays will play host to the Seattle Mariners. Why is this series so important? Right here. As we check the AL East standings, the Rays now a half game back of the New York Yankees, and the magic number for the Rays to clinch not the division but a playoff spot is 4. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Kevin Kennedy. I'm Dwayne Stats. It's great to have you looking in tonight. Todd Callis will be along in just a few moments. Well, the Rays, after getting down 2 games in New York, came back with a couple wins led by Carl Crawford. And I tell you, what a September he's had. If you remember back to 2008, he was injured, trying to get himself ready and able to play in the postseason. He's had a great September this year.
And I think one of the better moves that Joe Madden has made this year is put Carl in the 3 spot. He has thrived in that spot. This month alone in 20 games, he's hit .397. He's a run producer, 15 RBIs, and a slugging percentage over .600, including a big home run in New York and 6 RBIs in that 4-game series. What I like about Carl, and you've heard me say this before, he's in hit mode. He's thinking attack first. He stays alive on balls deep in the zone sometimes, ends up getting another pitch, and when he gets a mistake, he usually crushes it.
You know, for the Seattle Ball Club, it's been a very disappointing year. They thought they were going to be in the race in the West. Didn't work out that way. But right at the top of their lineup, Ichiro is Ichiro, 200 hits again this year.
For a team hitting .234 overall, the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro is hitting .315 once again. 200 hits on the nose, 41 stolen bases. 10 years in the big leagues, this being his 10th. 10 straight years of 200 hits, 2,230 hits over here since he's come over to the United States, 382 stolen bases, 331 lifetime hitter, all-star every single year, 10 straight years, 9 gold gloves. He's going to win a 10th. What I'm saying, Hall of Famer over here, most definitely, just as he is in Japan.
And he'll be at the very top of that lineup again tonight for Seattle as he faces the Rays right-hander Jeff Neiman. Jeff looking for his 11th win of the year, coming out 10-7 and trying to find command of the fastball after coming back off the disabled list. The Rays and the Mariners, game 1 of this weekend series just around the corner, and so is Todd Callis.
Mariners and the Rays getting ready to open up a weekend series. Jeff Neiman will be on the mound for the Rays. First 22 starts of the season for Jeff Neiman. The Rays were 17-5 since coming off the disabled list in his last 5 starts. The team is 0-5. You can see what Neiman is on his own record, 10-3 with a 3.12 ERA. Sets a return 0-4 with a 14.43 ERA. Pitching coach Jim Hickey knows this is not just an important game for the team, but specifically for his big right-hander out of Rice University.
He's taken some very positive things out of the last couple of starts, even though maybe it doesn't look like they were so good. He had a nice 5-inning stretch there prior to running into some trouble, I think, 2 starts ago. But he certainly needs the confidence boost, as anybody would. And I think that if he does have a good start this next time right here, he gets himself in the right frame of mind. And certainly if he puts 2 in a row together, then he's going to be even in a better frame of mind. But I think he probably needs one very solid start for him to really be feeling good about himself.
Jim Hickey with our Geico quote of the game. We are ready for baseball in just a little more than 3.5 minutes. Jeff Neiman on the mound for the Rays. The left-hander Jason Vargas on the mound for the Mariners. Rays come in trailing the Yankees by a half game. We'll have all the action in high definition next, right here on Sun Sports.
I am Scott, the Money Superstore. And by Checkers, Little Place, Big Taste. Welcome back to Tropicana Field. The Rays are back home. They'll take on the Seattle Mariners. They won 5 of 6 from Seattle this year. The Rays taking the field with a record of 91-61. The Mariners 58-94. Darren Brown, the interim manager of the Mariners, has Ichiro Suzuki leading off, followed by Sean Figgins. And then Jose Lopez had a big day Wednesday in Toronto. 3 home runs. Franklin Gutierrez is in center. Justin Smoke at first. Adam Moore hits sixth. He'll catch. Michael Saunders in left. At third base, Matt Tuiasosopo. And Josh Wilson is at shortstop. He will bat ninth.
Jeff Neiman on the mound for the Rays this evening. He comes in overall at 10-7 in 27 starts, 4.48 earned run average. This will be his 6th start since coming off the disabled list, and he is looking for a good one. No question about that. Confidence is the word. You just heard Jim Hickey talking about that on the interview with Todd, and that's definitely something that Jeff needs, confidence. He's got the stuff. He's healthy. curveball command actually in his last start was very good. I thought he went away from it in one key at bat against Peter Borges, and that cost him a 3-run home run. Other than that, I think he was on his way to a pretty good start. So fastball command's important. I also agree with Brian Anderson, what he said in the pregame show. Let it fly. Don't think about pinpointing it so much that you worry about, God, I'm going to throw darts up there. Let the fastball go. Let the movement happen for you. But cultivate that good spike curveball and your secondary pitches. Defensively for the Rays this evening, Carl Crawford in left, DJ up in the center, and Desmond Jennings gets the start and right around the infield. Sean Rodriguez in at third base for Evan Longoria. Jason Bartlett at short. Ben Zobrist plays second base tonight. Carlos Pena, after a couple of nights off, back out there at first base, and Kelly Shafik is once again behind the plate with a left-hander on the mound for the Mariners.
And there's Sean Rodriguez getting the start at third base. Kind of difficult to get a start at third base on this team. Evan Longoria with that little quad issue is out of there. And so Sean, who can play everywhere, actually starts at third base tonight. Here's Ichiro, and the first pitch of this game from Neiman is a high fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. So we are underway. It's a very comfortable 72 degrees here inside Tropicana Field. Ichiro lines a base hit into right center. Jennings closes to play it on one hop, holding Ichiro to a base hit. So that's hit number 201 on the season for Ichiro.
2,231 in his career over here in the big leagues in the United States. This is a fastball away. Look how he just serves it. I mean, he is just incredible. He's like a tennis player. He sees it and just, well, I see an opening there in right center. Let me just pull it over there. There's nobody in right center. You can't play him everywhere. I've never seen a hitter like him, really, the way he runs out of the box and can just kind of place the ball where he wants.
Sean Figgins. Ichiro at first and draws the peg over there from Neiman. Yeah, Ichiro also has 41 steals this year. He's 41 out of 50. Figgins shortens on the bat, taking a strike.
Well, with that, the plan was Ichiro and Figgins 1-2 setting the table, because Sean had just a great year for the Angels last year. His batting average now, we haven't seen the Mariners in quite a while, is now at the 258. He was hovering around $190 for a long time.
Yeah, he was a major disappointment because they, as you point out, expected him to help ignite the offense, and it just never happened. Right back through the middle, and a toss to second. Zobrist with a throw to first. Bartlett got the ball away to Zobrist for the force on Suzuki. And Figgins reaches on a fielder's choice.
I think Jeff Neiman did the right thing, too. The ball wasn't hit hard. Jeff let it go. He could have picked it, but he let it go to make sure you get the out at second base. With Figgins' speed, you weren't going to get two either way, I don't believe. You know, if Jeff goes for that ball with that high hop, he might have knocked it away from the play and might be first and second, nobody else. So I thought that was the right move.
And with the speed of both Ichiro and Figgins, any deflection just messes up any opportunity to get at least one.
Absolutely.
Here's Lopez. Pitches a strike. The Mariners come in, averaging 234 as a team. That's last. In fact, the next lowest, well, the lowest hitting team in the National League would be the Pirates at 240.
It's amazing. It really is. American League team that low, especially with the DH versus a National League team.
Oh, 2. This gives you an idea of the offensive blackout, if you will, in Seattle. Last in batting average, 13th in home runs, last in runs batted in, averaging only 3.2 runs a game. Trying to compete in the American League with that is very difficult.
And an on-base percentage less than 300 as a team. That's incredible. 298.
Well, here's a guy in Lopez who, as we mentioned during the lineups, hit those 3 home runs in a game against Toronto He's their number 3 hitter. His on-base percentage is .265.
It's unheard of. It really is. Well, they're 30th overall, dead last in Major League Baseball in on-base percentage. That's incredible.
And Figgins draws the throw. He's backhand at first. You saw the numbers on him in his running game. So between Ichiro and Figgins, they have 81 stolen bases out of those two guys.
Yeah, he was going on that throw over too. There was the flinch if you saw that. Definitely going now. He may stop right here. He's on his own, so he may go or he may just say, I'm going to wait one more pitch. But you got to be wary. You're in a good pitch out count.
And a bouncer foul on the third base side, holding the count at 1-2.
One of the things Figgins will expect right here is that Jeff Niemann would throw a good slider or a spiked curveball down, which is a great pitch to run on. So I think he's going to go here right now, and I think the Rays should be thinking about pitch out. What's the difference? You're not a great hitting team anyway. Let them know early you're going to pitch out on their base runners, because that's one thing they do. They have 135 stolen bases. That's 4th in baseball.
Yeah, and with 6'9" right-hander out there in the Jeff Niemann, if they're ever going to run, they're going to run now. And again, a move to first, and Figgins had a little movement in the direction of second base.
Yeah, you can see that look in his eyes right there. He was going. So at least the Rays are conscientiously aware of that right there. They can go over there.
Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, at least what that throw over did, the 2 times Jeff did it, it stopped Sean on the next pitch from running. But now you're not in a pitch out count, so he should be definitely going now. 2-2. 0-1, 1-2, those are good pitch out counts. 2-2, you're not going to pitch out to go to 3-2, so Figgins should be on the move.
Good jump, and the pitch is lined into right field. That's a base hit. Jennings plays it on one hop, and Figgins, who was on the move, easily advances to third. Lopez takes a base hit the other way.
You know, one thing you can do, I don't see any managers other than Mike Scioscia in the big leagues that'll do it anymore, is you can pitch out 2-2. That's a fastball away. That's just an easy pitch to hit the right field there. It's a contact pitch. It's up and away. See, to me, that's the time you throw your spike curveball. You know Figgins is going to go, so what? Now you got to get the hitter out and strike him out. You don't throw a hittable pitch there to Lopez in a 2-strike count like that.
So 2 men on with only 1 out. The hitter is Franklin Gutierrez. Gutierrez hitting .248. A nice stop right there by Shopping. That curveball sweeping down, away, and into the dirt.
Saved a run right here. Good shift going to his right. Upper body over it right there. Going to cut with it. Drops it right in front of the plate right there. Well, at least the batter's box. Pitch was pretty wide of the plate, wasn't it?
That's a strike. Fastball, 1-1. Gutierrez had a very good year last year, his first season for the Mariners. Great center fielder, and he had 18 home runs at .283. Brian Gorman liked the high strike.
Top part of the zone right there, exactly. 91 miles an hour.
And the breaking ball is in.
Nice.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now you got to go for the strikeout here. I'd double up on that spike curveball. There's one good one. I'd come back with a better one down the dirt. You can get it. Gutierrez to chase it. to go with whatever you feel is your best strikeout pitch. And I think Jeff can get a strikeout on a curveball and dirt.
And a ground ball to short. Bartlett, Zobrist 1, Pena 2 on the scoop at first. The Rays get the 6-4-3 double play to retire the side. The Mariners do not score. Couple hits, a man left on base, and a big double play to end the top of the first. No score. Top half of this inning on the double play ball.
Look at this. This is a split-fingered fastball grip. A great pitch by Jeff Neiman, because watch the movement. Watch his tumble and the bottom fall out of it to Gutierrez. He hits it about 4 inches off the ground right at Bartlett. A nice turn by Ben Zobrist. A great pick by Carlos Pena. And that's a pitch that Jeff Neiman needs to bring back in his arsenal a little bit more often. That should give him a lot of confidence right there. Great pitch.
Well, here's B.J. Upton. Stand again against Jason Vargas. He goes after the first pitch and lifts a fly ball into right. Ichiro is there and makes the catch. So Upton out on one pitch. He's followed tonight by Jason Bartlett and then Carl Crawford. The DH is Willie Ibar, Ben Zobrist, and Kelly Shoppick to follow. Carlos Pena, Sean Rodriguez, and Desmond Jennings rounding out the Rays lineup tonight.
Lefty Jason Vargas on the mound. He comes in at 9-11 in 29 starts with a 3.75 earned run average.
Pitch is high to Jason Bartlett. 1-0. Vargas originally got to the big leagues with the Marlins. Spent some time with the Mets and now Seattle. 1-1.
You will see a lot of change-ups from Vargas, especially to the right-handed hitters.
It's 2 balls and a strike.
Occasional cutter. Tight slider. He's got the whole arsenal.
You know, he's actually had a good year. An interesting way to look at it. I mean, he's 9-11 on a team that's 58-94.
Yeah, no, not bad at all.
His earned run average is 375.
Respectable.
And he's lost 6 decisions in a row. They haven't given him a lot of support, but with his offense, they don't support most of their pitchers. So he was 9-5 at one point for this team this year.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a tough outing against the Rangers on the 18th of September. In 6 innings, he gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. But the start before that against Anaheim, against the L.A. Angels, was very good.
Yeah, 2 runs, just 1 earned in 7 innings. And then he walks Bartlett.
Well, the Mariners defensively come in 9th in the American League in fielding at 982, and here's what their defense is this evening. Michael Saunders plays left, Franklin Gutierrez in center, and Ichiro Suzuki in right. Around the infield, Matt Tuisasopo at third base, Josh Wilson at short, Figgins, Sean is at second, and Justin Smoke plays first base, and Adam Moore is behind the plate.
Carl takes the first pitch from the lefty, and that's a strike. Crawford 309 on the year in a very good month of September. He's really taken to the number 3 spot. 1-1.
Well, I think you mentioned this the other night. I thought it was really interesting about Carl really not preferring to lead off because he thinks he needs to take pitches, right?
Yeah.
In most organizations, you'd say yes, but he likes to swing the bat.
Pounds it back, and I'll tell you that one of the things that we've seen him over the last couple of years do is widen the strike zone in a good way with 2 strikes. He's down right now 1-2, and over the last 2 or 3 years, he has defeated 2 strike pitches with regularity.
Yeah, and I had a chance to talk to him the other day about that catcher's interference.
Lifts a fly ball toward the line at left. Saunders is there and makes the catch just across the line. A foul ball, 2 gone.
And I was pretty sure I was going to get the answer that I thought. And he said, I just like to let the ball get deep when it's away from me. And when I think it's close, I'm just trying to foul it off, basically to get another pitch.
Yep.
And that's why he's had catcher interference 6 times. He's not doing that intentionally. So catcher thinks, well, he's not going to swing. So he really reaches out for it. And at the last instant, Carl will tip the glove of the catcher.
It's Willie Ibar. Pitch is up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Foul the other way. 1-1.
Willie had a big hit last night. And that's a 7-run inning for the Rays.
He pops it up. Smoke, the first baseman. The Rays are out. They leave a man. We're at the end of 1. No score.
Longoria for this weekend series. He was injured turning a double play against the New York Yankees. As you can see, made a great underhand play there and then jogging off. He was a little bit limping, and Joe Madden talks about Evan Longoria not being available.
Longo, actually, we got a little bit of a strain going on. He's got a strained quad. That play that occurred, that cool backhand play made on the double play, I think Ekstrom was pitching yesterday, kind of felt something a little bit. So he's going to be out at least for this weekend.
So no Longo, the Gold Glove third baseman and number 4 hitter, guys, will be missed for the weekend. Back to you.
All right, Justin Smoke, the first baseman, leads off, and the pitch is outside. See the update on Evan Longoria with a left quad strain, and at this point, there's not a lot to pushing that. Here's Crawford on the run, and he's going to make that catch. Boy, he closes. He covers all of that territory out there, and with regularity makes that play.
I'm telling you, he could close as well as anybody and never give up on it. This ball looked like it was going to drift out of play. Carlos playing in straightaway left field. Never takes his eyes off it. Saves himself from going over the fence right there. That's a great play. Pitching staff appreciates that type of an out.
Strike to the catcher, Adam Moore. Well, you know, a play like that not only records the out, but who knows how many pitches he saves a pitcher. You know, if that's just a foul ball, let's say it's not caught, it's a foul ball, well, then it's a strike. Now you go to 1-1. You don't know how many pitches you're going to throw in that particular at bat.
That's exactly right, and especially tonight for Jeff Neiman, because I guarantee you Joe Madden and Jim Hickey would like to see him go at least 6 and hopefully into the 7th inning tonight.
There's a strike to Moore. It's 1-2.
I'll tell you one thing. He's throwing all of his pitches. He's throwing a split with a double play, a curveball. He just backed it up with a slider. And that's when Jeff is best. He's got the whole array of pitches to get people out. Doesn't have to throw 10 fastballs in a row.
And Moore just got a little piece of that one to stay alive. Still 1-2. Red Sox have jumped out in front of the Yankees. Jed Lowry hit a 3-run home run off Andy Pettit. So it's 3-0 Boston at New York in the top half of inning 2.
Well, by coming back and winning those last 2 games in New York, the Rays really are it's in their own hands.
Swing and a miss at the fastball.
What a great sequence right there. We have to put that in the can. Patting that right there. Fastball up, gets a chase out of it. That the breaking balls have established that. Made that fastball that much more effective. Up. That was already by him before that swing got going, wasn't it?
It looks like it. Now Michael Saunders, the left fielder. Saunders, it's a little pop to the left side, and Sean Rodriguez is there. 1, 2, 3, go the Mariners. We're through an inning and a half. No score. Field opening the weekend series. In tonight's game and all season long, as you know, Tires Plus has donated $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. And Zobrist takes a look at a strike. The Rays last saw Vargas on the 15th of May. And Ben is out in front of that 1-0-2. Pitched 7 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs and 4 hits, and the Rays won it on a home run by Willie Ibar of Jesus Colome. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The other time they faced this young left-hander was also in May, on the 4th of May, and they beat him 5-2. Gene Shields hooked up against him. There's a base hit for Zobrist. Into left center, Saunders makes the pickup. Ben's going to dig for 2. In there with a double. Ben Zobrist lines a double into left center field. His 26th 2-base hit of the year.
He got a changeup with 2 strikes up. Take a look. He jumped all over it right here. Off speed, it's up. Not a good pitch for Vargas. Great pitch for Ben Zobrist. But look at the hustle coming out of the box. He knows where the outfielders are, and he says, you know what? I'm going to get 2 out of this one. Never hesitated, and there's the checkers double of the game.
It's Kelly Shopping. Pitch is down. The first time the Rays saw Vargas, he'd gotten off to a very good start, especially against left-handed hitters. Interestingly enough, the year before, he'd had a lot of trouble with left-handed hitters, and he's been much better this year. They're hitting just .205 against him, and righties .265. There's a fair ball, and it will bounce into the stands for a double. And the Rays have their first run. They break out in front 1-0 on a Kelly Shopping double. Zobrist scores. Back-to-back 2-base hits.
Well, there's always a method. It's a fastball right down the middle. Try to go in. There's always a method to Joe Maddon's lineups. You know, you think, you look at the lineup today, you go, Kelly Shopping sitting behind Zobrist. And it always seems to pay off. So that's why you let the manager make the lineup out, you know? He's got the matchups. He does what he feels and believes. And Kelly Shopping produces for him.
Kelly Shopping driving in his 17th run of the year. It's Carlos Pena. Bounce it back. Carlos had a good cut. The part of that story on the left-handed matchup for Vargas last year, they hit 290 off him, and when they saw him the first time this year, he got off to a great start. He was holding them. They were 3 for 30 against him, and right now hitting a little over 200. Facing the lefty Pena right now. 1 hop, and that ball comes up. Smoke with the toss to Vargas. Over to third goes Shopping. Pena hit the ball hard and advances the runner to third.
Becomes a good at bat for Carlos. You're right. He hit it hard. That's good news. And he also got Kelly over to third base with 1 out. Getting the congratulations from his teammates. A productive out.
Now Sean Rodriguez with a chance to pick up a run batted in. Hit his third. 1 gone. And he takes ball 1.
Now the Seattle defense in the infield is not exactly all the way in, but they're in close enough because you don't have a fast runner at third base, so you can give yourself a little bit more range. Looks like halfway.
Fastball up, and Rodriguez chased it. Now 1-1.
And Tom Foley with Chopik at third, he may just say make the ball go through, meaning make the ball go through the infield. You may not run right here on contact because Kelly's not fast enough. You'd run yourself right out of an inning.
And a line drive caught by the third baseman Tuiasa Sopo. So Rodriguez hit the ball hard. Sinking liner to third.
Yeah, and that's what halfway does. It gives you just a little bit more range. I think if Tuiasa Sopo was in even with the bagger even further, that ball's by him. But see how deep he is there? See, if he's in, that ball's a base hit. It gets by him. But he has time to cross over and pick it up before it hits the ground.
Now Desmond Jennings trying to pick up the additional run. He'll have to do it with 2 outs. Ball, no strikes. Jennings hooked up against the 27-year-old left-hander.
Jennings is giving you a bunt too down third if he wants. Even with Chopik at third base, as deep as Tuiasa Sopo is, that's a base hit and a run.
2 balls, no strikes. Jennings takes the pitch up there. That's a strike. And so Brian Gorman showing signs of giving that pitch up tonight. He's done that a couple times already.
Yes, he has.
Foul ball. Gorman, the son of a former big league pitcher with the New York Giants, Tom Gorman, and he was also an umpire and one of the few umpires who played in the major leagues. And Brian wears number 9. That's the same number his father wore when he was an umpire. 2-2 outside, ball 3. So you might expect the son of a pitcher to have a little taller, wider strike zone.
I think so. Why not?
Yeah.
Should be a little pitcher friendly.
3-2 popped up, right side foul. Smoke after it near the stands, and he almost overran it. Comes back and makes the catch to retire the side. The Rays score a run, leave a man at third, 2 hits in the inning. So the Rays at the end of 2 lead 1-0. Rays telecast on Sun Sports is presented in beautiful HD by H.H. Gregg. Jeff Neiman, through the first couple of innings, picking up a strikeout. He's given up 2 hits, no walks. So far, so good tonight for Neiman. Yep, counting this one, a couple starts left for him in the regular season. Tuiasa Sopo, and he flies to center field. Upton there, the third baseman. Tuiasa Sopo going after the first pitch and flies out to center. Now Josh Wilson.
I think Jack Sarancic, the general manager of the Mariners, will definitely look at all these first ball hitters. He's going to change the dynamics of their offensive scheme. I guarantee you in the offseason, he's going to get some guys that do work with count.
Wilson takes a pitch upstairs. Another 13th in walks and 14th in on-base percentage. 1-1. Don Wakamatsu started the year as the manager, and Darren Brown has been the interim skipper since August the 9th. Mariners have gone 16-24 in that stretch. Down to third to Sean Rodriguez. Wilson's out on the chopper. 2 up, 2 down. The Mariners started the season with the idea that they would contend, but it has not worked out that way. Texas up by 7 on Oakland, and the Angels third, and the Mariners a distant 26 back.
Yeah, it seems like 2 years ago since they had Cliff Lee. I mean, they started out pretty good with their rotation with Felix Hernandez and Cliff Lee.
Strike to Ichiro.
You know, their starters ERA is still second in the American League, 3.74.
You know, the first time the Rays saw the Mariners this year, that was in early May in Seattle. And they were 11-14. They had gone 11-11, and they started a 9-game homestand. That's a strike. And they were swept by Texas. And the Rays came in, and the Rays swept them on that homestand, and things just didn't get any better.
No. All downhill from there.
Tap back to the hill. Neiman's toss to Pena, and it's a 1-2-3 third. Ichiro out. Pitcher first. Rays coming in to head for the top of the order, leading 1-0. Steps in there. Upton, Bartlett, and Crawford Jason Vargas throws a strike. One and one. Vargas, 27 years old. That pitch is down. 2 balls and a strike. Popped up foul, first base side, and that will be out of play. Smoke gives it a look. 2-2.
A lot of gloves in the crowd. Got to use it.
Looking for great plays.
That's right. Yeah, there'll be another one coming your way.
Jay fouls a fastball at 88. 2-2.
The differential in the fastball versus the changeup is only about 7-8 miles an hour. 87, 88 fastball, about a 79, 80 changeup.
And a full count now to BJ.
Here comes a changeup. He likes to throw that changeup 2-0, 3-1, 3-2. Gonna go fastball away.
And BJ fouls it again at 88. Upton leading off. Came into the game hitting .268 against left-handed pitching, .236 overall. And just a little bit of that one. And a foul ball keeps him alive.
All around the rectangle, that's a change up there. That 3-2 change just off the outside corner. Too close to take though. Got to swing it back.
Jay putting together an extended at bat. That's 9 pitches here to BJ to start the inning.
Yeah, Vargas is already at what, 40, 41 pitches?
Yep, got him at 41. Shoots it into left center field. That's going to be in there. One hopping the wall over the 370 marker, and BJ has himself a double. On the 10th pitch of the at-bat, he picks up his 36th double.
Good looking swing, good looking battle right here by BJ. Stayed alive, kept battling, got a pitch he could handle. Up and out over the plate. Gets right through it. Great extension right there and splits the seam in left center field.
The Rays tonight have 3 hits. They've all been doubles. And here's Jason Bartman. Strike 1. Jason threw a walk in the first inning. One and one.
Josh Wilson is behind BJ, pinching him pretty closely because BJ, you mentioned this the other night, very effective at doing third base, especially off the lefty.
Been really great at that this year.
I don't think with nobody out, you don't really want to do it.
It's ball 2 inside, 2-1.
Jason's job, of course, is this count, try to get a pitch he can go to right field with. Get DJ over to third.
And he tries to shoot that one to the right side, does, but foul and into the stands.
Yeah, that ball's just a little bit too high, a little bit out of the zone. Although, for Brian Gorman, who knows, it might have been a strike.
That's right. Shown that he'll call the strike in the upper part of the zone. Turn, but nothing doing on BJ back there. Curtis Granderson has hit a home run for New York, a solo home run. It'll be his 22nd in the year. Jed Lowry had hit a 3-run homer early for the Red Sox.
Nice try by Jason right there on the on speed to go the other way. That's Josh Beckett tonight, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh and Andy Pettit matched up.
Pettit and Beckett, that's it. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the fastball was in on Bartlett as he fouls it away. Vargas originally drafted by Minnesota back in '01, but did not sign. He went to LSU initially. Spent a year there and spent about half the time playing first base and pitched some there. And then left. Went back to junior college. A little foul ball. And then wound up being drafted by the Marlins. Spent some time at Long Beach, I think.
Long Beach State?
Yep.
Yeah. Where Evan Longoria went. Troy Tulowitzki. The Rockies, good school. Produced a lot of big leaguers.
Check of the runner. And there is ball 3, so 2 extended at bats. You know, when he was at Long Beach State, he not only was a good pitcher, but he continued to swing the bat. He was their DH there. So there's a guy who, would love to be in the National League and swing the bat once in a while.
Well, they need some hitting here. Maybe Jack Zarensic will think about it.
Yeah, there's the Long Beach State guy, and Evan Longoria. He's out of the lineup with that left quad strain.
I like that he's smiling. That's good news.
Yeah.
Hitters always have a bat in their hands, don't they?
Mm-hmm. You see Rocco back there. It was great to see Rocco in the outfield last night. He got involved in the action early. And boy, what an at bat for Bartlett as he draws the walk. Second time he's walked.
That was a great at bat. Absolutely. Really battled to try to go the other way. Worked the count full and took the slider off the inside corner. That's a super at bat right there.
Well, 10 pitches for Upton and 9 pitches for Bartlett. 2 men on with nobody out. 19 pitches into the third, and here's Carl Crawford.
Now, I'm not sure why the corners are up right here, because Carl is going to swing it. And all you're doing by having a first baseman play up, you're giving Carl a chance to shoot it right by you. So if you're Justin Smoke, and I'm the defensive guy over in the Mariners, you get back, way back.
Pitches a ball to Crawford. 1-0.
The number 3 hitter that just had 6 RBIs on the road and a home run is not going to be bunting here in the 3rd inning. Smoke has no business playing right there for me.
Yeah, he's second in the league in average with men in scoring position.
And if he gets an off-speed pitch and he hangs it middle in, I mean, Carl's going to turn on it. That's why he's not going to bunt.
He's second to Josh Hamilton with men in scoring position. How about that? Hamilton, Crawford, and Young, 1, 2, 3 with men in scoring position in the American League. And there's a foul ball taken out of play.
But now Justin Smoke is back in the 2-0 count. But, really, these are type little things in a ball club. You wonder why a ball club stuck them? Those are not good moves from the coaching side. Well, protect against the bunt. For what? He's going to bunt, and you got Ibar on deck. He's doing you a favor. That's just not knowing the hitter, really. And Carl doesn't bunt much anyway, even if he's not in a run-producing spot.
Runners are gone, and the pitch hit on the ground to second. Biggins goes to first. Crawford out. The runners advance up into third, and Bartlett to second base.
Well, that's another productive and effective out right there. I think this was a straight hit and run myself, because I don't think Carl otherwise would be swinging at that. I think Joe Madden, that was not, it didn't look like BJ, that was a straight steal. I think with the count 2-1, I think Joe Madden put on the hit and run.
And Ibar takes a pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. On his way to the plate. Sacrifice fly by Willie Ibar, and the Rays pick up their second run, 2-0.
Well, if it was a hit and run, and I do believe it was, just by the swing and the way BJ didn't have a great lead or great jump, it was effective, because Willie did his job, Carl did his job, and it produced another run.
So a run in the second, a run in the third. Here's Ben Zobrist, who opened the second with a base hit and scored the first run. Takes a strike. Now he hits with Bartlett in second and 2 outs in the third. In the count, 2 strikes, fouling it out of play. Vargas in the upper 80s with that fastball. That one was 88. That's about it.
That's it. 87, 88 tops. That's what the fastball's been. Sliders so far tonight hasn't thrown too many, but been a little bit flat. Not a whole lot of bite to it.
Chopper charged by Wilson, the shortstop, who makes the play. And the Rays are finished in the third. They had a run through 3, 2-0 Tampa Bay.
the fourth. Time to check in on our Autoway text poll question of the evening. It is a series of questions in succession. Last night we asked you who should start Game 1 of the Rays' first playoff series, and the fans voted for David Price, 59%. Tonight, who should be the Game 2 starter of the American League Divisional Series? Of course, assuming if the Rays get in. TB1, Matt Garza. TB2, James Shields. TB3, Wade Davis. TB4, Jeff Neiman. Text your vote to 789-789. Guys, back to you.
So far, so good for Jeff Neiman tonight. Through 3, he's made just 30 pitches. John Figgins opens the 4th inning. And it's a high fastball, 1-0. Lopez next, and then Gutierrez. Liner into center, and that's going to drop in front of Upton, and it's a leadoff single. Time for our AT&T trivia question tonight. And here it is. Drum roll, please. Who is the only player in Major League history besides Ichiro to have 10 seasons with 200+ hits? Yeah, he has now tied a Major League record.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't give it away in the pregame show. It was Kevin, our producer, put it in my ear, and I subliminally wanted to say it.
Yeah, and it's out of respect and deference and just sheer fear of Kevin Patterson that we wouldn't reveal that. We know we'd be in big trouble.
That's like the manager going out to the mound. Now don't walk this guy.
Yeah, how about that?
Don't walk
that's
this
a great
guy.
Conversation.
And he walks
when you manage it, a guy goes out there and he says, "Okay, don't get this guy anything good to hit."
Exactly.
Yeah, great, thank you.
That's a negative. You can't do that. That's exactly right.
Taking a pitch down, it's 1-1.
That's the worst thing you can tell a pitcher. Once the manager leaves the mound, he looks at you and goes, well, what am I supposed to do then?
Absolutely. The other question that always intrigues me with managers, when managers go out and I want you to speak to this, because I just don't believe that a manager can go out late in a game with his mind not made up about what he's going to do. Is he going to take a pitcher out or not? Too often I've seen managers go there and say, well, how do you feel? Are you all right? Can you get this guy?
Yeah.
Well, every time the pitcher's going to tell you, he's going to lie to you even if he doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and that's why you
say, sure, I can get him out.
Exactly right. And you really have to understand body language too, and really know your guy's face and personality.
Put in as Lopez gets out of there. The count is 2-1. So I think a manager, when he leaves the dugout, he's got to have his mind made up and not get into a discussion with his pitcher.
No.
Because the pitcher doesn't want to come out ever.
No, because that's indecisive on you. If you're not sure and you're afraid to bring your bullpen in, you really want the pitcher to go one more batter, then go out there and say, listen, I think you've got it. I want you to go one more here. We got help behind you, but this is your guy. You can get him.
That's a positive.
That's a positive, exactly. And that's what pitchers want to hear.
There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is a strike, but not in time. Good throw by Shopping. Figgins just beat it and has his 41st stolen base of the year.
I was watching Kelly in the break between innings. He threw exactly like he did just now. He worked on it because he anticipated that maybe Figgins would be on base. That's a great throw. And better mechanics. We've seen times where Kelly has really fallen off to the left and gotten too far over the top, and the ball will sail on the note. That's excellent mechanics right there. That's a close play. And that pop-up slide, see, that pop-up slide made that closer than what it should have been. That's why I don't like the pop-up slide.
Strike 2 to Lopez. Single by Figgins, a steal of second.
If Figgins slides straight in and stays down, that's a much tougher play for the tag and a much tougher play for the umpire.
Now Figgins takes off for third. The ground ball to short. Bartlett will make the play at first after taking a quick look to make sure Figgins stopped at third. So he's at third base with one out now.
That ball was hit a little harder. You got a nice double play right there. Just got sawed off by a Jeff Neiman fastball on the handle.
Red Sox have built a 5-1 lead in the top of the 4th inning. They started that by loading the bases with nobody out. They've added a couple so far. Franklin Gutierrez. Ground ball deep short. Long throw by Bartlett, and it's not in time and wide. The run scores. That's a base hit for Gutierrez. And the Mariners have a run. It's 2-1.
Well, that's what Jack Sarincic anticipated when he signed Sean Figgins, that he would create a lot of runs, and that run is credited to Sean Figgins. His speed and getting on base created this. Nice play by Bartlett. Just gave it a shot, hoping he can get it in the vicinity where Carlos could catch it and still have his foot on the bag. But had Carlos not come off the bag, that would have been a base hit and a throwing error. So Carlos did the right thing.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking about with Figgins. That shot. Justin Smoke and a curveball. Gutierrez had loved to start and then stopped at first. And Smoke took that pitch for a strike.
Good curveball. Just got pretty good curve, just like he did in his last start against the Angels. Gutierrez will run too. Got to be careful here.
Yeah, they have Ichiro, Figgins, and Gutierrez as definite stolen base threats.
Yeah, there are two categories offensively for the Mariners where they're pretty good. Stolen bases, they're 4th in the American League, 135 coming in, and starting pitching, they're 2nd in ERA.
One ball, 2 strikes. We know those are 2 significant components, and one of the things the Mariners over the last year and a half have tried to do is make this team a much better defensive team. So if they've got some pretty good arms and guys who can post that kind of team ERA with speed and defense, and then get the offense to walk a little bit and get a key base hit, they might have the makings of a pretty good team. They might be closer to being a good team than their record would indicate.
Yeah, because they do have pretty decent arms and pretty good pitching overall, even some good bullpen arms.
Well, there goes the runner. Got a good jump, and the throw is not in time. Gutierrez stole that base off Neiman. He got a great jump. 2 steals in the inning for Seattle. So Smoke out on strikes and a steal by Gutierrez.
Yep. Choppy had to rush that one and couldn't get a whole lot on it because of the great jump by Gutierrez.
Smoke called out by the plate umpire Brian Gorman. Adam Moore, the catcher. Breaking ball a little high. We're in the 4th inning. The Rays lead 2-1. And a foul. 7-1 Boston now, and Andy Pettitte has been removed from the game by New York. He pitched 3 1/3 and leaves in a 7-1 ball game.
He was out for quite a while. He only had 1 start coming off the DL. This is his 2nd. Questions in the Yankees rotation for postseason too.
Ground ball headed up the middle. Charged by Upton. Gutierrez on his way to the plate. The throw comes through, not in time. And the game is tied here. An RBI single for Moore, who drives in his 13th run. A 2-run inning now for Seattle.
Well, this looks like a slider that just spun up there. Real flat. He makes a pretty strong throw. Too much speed for Gutierrez.
Speed has played a big part of this inning for Seattle. Now Moore's at first. Michael Saunders steps in. Jose Bautista's hit his 51st home run. And the Blue Jays lead Baltimore 3-1. Game's in the bottom of the 4th at Toronto. And Vernon Wells has hit number 30 in that game. Strike the count to Saunders. One and one. Just thinking about Bautista, you know, the guy's hit 51 home runs. And it's good to see a guy who's hit 51 home runs because he's just swinging hard all the time.
Yeah.
As opposed to otherwise hated.
Yeah, and you know, he's the first one to talk about it. I know there were some quotes again yesterday after he hit his 50th. He said, I understand people think I'm doing something wrong, but I've just changed my work habits. I've changed my stance. Cito Gaston and Dwayne Murphy want us to swing the bat. And when I talked to Bautista, he said, if I get a great pitch first pitch, Cito tells us you don't have to wait till the 7th pitch to hit it.
Really?
That's exactly what he said, verbatim.
That's how that whole team comes out of their dugout.
They're not kidding. That's what makes them scary.
3-1 now to Saunders.
You know, the thing about him, too, he's going to walk 100 times. I think he's going to strike out. He's around 100 strikeouts. But and we've seen plenty of him this year. He takes tough pitches. I mean, he's not just a hacker. He's not just chasing. He has a good idea at home plate.
Yep. And ball 4. So that pushes Moore up to second. And Saunders goes to first with a walk. First walk of the game issued by Jeff Neiman. Jim Hickey headed to the mound. You don't forget to come out for the final show in the Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express. That'll be tomorrow night, and Bret Michaels takes the stage after the Rays and the Mariners square off. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets now. Baseball and a concert by Bret Michaels tomorrow. Now, 2 men on, 2 runs home, 2 outs. Matsui Asasopo is the hitter. Going after the first pitch he saw in the 3rd. And hit a fly ball to Upton in center field. Now Jeff, after making 30 pitches in the first 3 innings, has made 21 alone here in the 4th. He's up with that pitch. You're right about the slider tonight. It has not been his best pitch.
No, his curve and his split have been very good. He got beat on his slider that just spun up there. It tied the game. That was the base hit by Moore, excuse me, who's on second base right now. Who comes in as a 179 hitter.
And the fastball in on the hitter, and he fouls it. 1-1. Inning started on the leadoff single by Figgins. A steal of second base, and then he was headed to third on a ground out. Scored on the base hit by Gutierrez. Gutierrez swiped the base and scored on a base hit by Moore. And a foul ball.
Same pitch. Fastballs in off the plate. Moore chases them both. Good tailing movement right there by Jeff.
One ball, 2 strikes. Mariners have tied the game. 2-run score. They leave a couple. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 2-2. Inning. And it's time to get the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. Who's the only player in MLB history besides Ichiro to have 10 200-plus hits? And the answer is Pete Rose. Look at that. Rose and Ichiro, the only two in the majors to do it. Ichiro establishing an American League record, moving ahead of Ty Cobb. How about that for a list? Lou Gehrig, Willie Keeler. Kelly Shopping takes the pitch, and that's in there around the knees for a strike. Ichiro got his 200th hit Thursday in Toronto. Popper foul, smoke after it, but can't catch up. 0-2. Carlos Pena is going to be next, and then Sean Rodriguez. Reaching out on the changeup. Strikeout here. That's the first out in the home half of the 4th. Reminder, Scott's products keep your lawn lush and green. Visit Lowe's for a chance to win a VIP World Series experience. Compliments of Scott's. Strikeout of Chopik, the first on the night for Vargas, and here's Carlos. Carlos, strike one.
Mariners don't play the deep shift with Figgins out there in the outfield. They just play a normal shift around the right side. Josh Wilson up the middle.
1-1.
Got to get Carlos going here. His final 10 days. He's going to be much needed with the bat.
Now he's behind 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rays scored a run in the second, driven in by Shopik, and a run in the third on a sacrifice fly by Ibar. And he takes strike 3, a fastball right there.
Like Carlos was guessing, otherwise you would have hammered that pitch. He was looking either off speed or slow slider right here. He gets a fastball right in his wheelhouse. That's a pitch he can hit out. And when you see that, usually the hitter's guessing something else. Tough to guess with 2 strikes.
Now Sean Rodriguez. Sean making the start at third base, and he takes a strike. Started most of the time at second, but he has started a couple of games at first and one at short, now one at third. He's made starts all over the infield, and he's also started 4 games in center, 3 in right, and a game in left. So that leaves catcher and pitcher.
We talked about Ben Zobrist playing all 9 positions. Maybe Sean will too.
Yeah. And you know, he's started in the Rays lineup. He started 87 games now, and he's been in every slot in the lineup except cleanup. And he walks right here with 2 outs. He wouldn't go for the change. Now Desmond Jennings.
That's interesting. The only spot he hasn't been is cleanup, because here's a guy that hit 30 home runs in the minor leagues.
Yeah. And we know he could catch.
And one thing Sean has, he's got the perfect mechanics throwing for a catcher, because he throws right over the top. He's got great, accurate, powerful arm. Even that play he made earlier at third base, he gathered himself and threw a strike over there.
And he's at first with 2 outs. He's 11 of 14 in the steal department. It's fouled straight back and going to be out of play. Strike 1 to Desmond Jennings. Desmond getting his 4th start. Desmond has started in all 3 outfield positions. This is his 2nd start in right field. He also started in center and in left.
Yeah, it's fun to watch when you've got Crawford, Upton, and Jennings out there in the outfield. I don't think you're going to see an outfielder any quicker than that in the big leagues.
He takes a fastball and is down in the count. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. A check and a toss on Sean Rodriguez, who's back in.
I think Sean be looking for a spot to try to go first move, but that's just a I know you're over there move.
There goes Rodriguez with a good jump, and so good there's no throw.
That's what he was looking for. First move. He guessed right, and that's what you do on a lefty like this. That throw over to first base kind of gave it away. I let you know you're over there, but I'm going to home plate with a big leg kick. That's a great job by Sean to read that.
Well, let's see if Jennings can get him in with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball straight down the middle to center. Gutierrez makes the catch, and the Rays leave a man. We're through 4. Rays and the Mariners tied 2-2. The upcoming race schedule brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Seattle in tomorrow and Sunday, and then the Orioles. Matt Garza and James Shields, the Rays pitchers in the back 2 games of this series. As we look forward to the upcoming race schedule, you're going to live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Josh Wilson, formerly with the Rays for a time, fouls off the first pitch. 5th inning underway. That's a strike. I got a little batting stance contest going on.
Yeah.
Now these are the batting stance guys. They try to do Carl Crawford. The Jennings right there to take care of Wilson. They had David Price and Shields, and for a moment Longoria was in on it.
That's a little Evan Longoria there by James Shields.
Yep, there you are.
Not too bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah. The stance is always the easy part. Yeah.
Ichiro up here. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled into the screen. 1-1. Ichiro singled in the first. Out pitcher first in the third. Neiman getting Wilson on a couple pitches before he engages the top of the order. 2-1.
Threw some nice curveballs last time to Ichiro. Got him that little chopper back to Jeff. Pretty easy to throw out.
Ground ball charged by Bartlett at short. Throw to first in time to get Ichiro. 2 up, 2 down.
It's a nice play. That's not easy. You got to charge it. Ichiro didn't hit it very hard.
You know, we talked about all the hits he has put together in his career, and again this year. We see that play made again.
Very nice. Good transfer.
Ichiro had 4 hits Tuesday, and he's had 43 career 4-hit games.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing. He gets a lot of those types of hits, but Jason really took that one away. That was a great play.
Biggins takes the pitch down and in.
I don't know if you saw this, but Pete Rose was not overly happy about each. He said, well, he got so many infield hits. Come on, 200 hits. Does that count? Yes.
Yes, it does. 1-1. Well, he's got he's got over 50. I think he's got 55 infield hits this year.
Yeah,
How about that?
That's what Pete was talking about. You know, and a lot of people, there are some people in and out of baseball think Ichiro should be hitting third and driving the ball. Because they watch him hit in batting practice, and he's like Wade Boggs back in the day. Wade Boggs could turn if he wanted to.
That argument about Wade all the time.
But Wade knew where his money was, and he would just pepper that wall, go the other way at Fenway. But Ichiro's the same way. He can launch. A lot of people say he has the most power on the club in batting practice anyway.
A high foul, that's going to be out of play, and the count goes to 2-2. Wade Boggs. Well, Wade turned on hit number 3,000.
Yes,
the only guy ever did a home run.
I think he did.
His 3,000th hit.
I think Wade did just fine for himself.
Yes, he did.
I think Ichiro is doing just fine for himself as well.
Strike call on the inside corner. A good fastball. Catches Wiggins. 1-2-3. Bottom of the fifth coming. We're tied 2-2. Game series, and the Rays opened the scoring in the second. A couple of doubles. Shopping's doubles scored Zobrist. And in the third, Willie Ibar's fly ball got Upton home, who had reached on a double. The Mariners scored twice in the fourth. Gutierrez single home Biggins. And then Gutierrez later scored on a base hit to center by the catcher Adam Moore. That tied the game. And we're 2-2 as the Rays send the top of the order up here in the bottom of the fifth inning again. It's B.J. Upton. Pitch away. Upton flying to right his first time. 1 for 2. Two balls, no strikes. It's 3-0. On the outside edge. 10-1 Boston over the Yankees in the bottom of the fifth inning. They beat them last night 10-3. Bill Hall hit a 3-run home run, so the Red Sox have a homer from Jed Lowry and now Hall.
Putting a hurting on him. Especially at home.
It's foul back. DJ Fouling a fastball that registered about 87.
I was asked yesterday if the Red Sox would be up for the Yankees. I said, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. 6 straight. I want to be in.
Upton walks. So the Rays draw their 4th walk. Just a reminder to be on the lookout for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment later in tonight's game. Jim Lowry's had a Taste Greatness moment already. We just got a note on his line. He's had 3 at-bats. He has 3 hits. He scored 3 runs, and he's driven in 3 runs.
Wow, well, he's up for it. Ray's got to be up for this game. They got to get the energy up a little bit offensively and put a crooked number up there, meaning about a 3 or a 4 spot here.
Let it on the count on Bartlett.
You don't want to let the Mariners hang around. They got pretty decent pitching. They got some good arms in the bullpen too.
Lowry's got a pretty good hand, right? 4 threes.
Yeah, he does.
Good.
Yeah, that is. That'll win. That'll win in most games. Baseball games too.
Runner takes off and there's no throw. Stolen base for Upton. So BJ's now in scoring position. That's his 41st stolen base.
Well, again, BJ going first move. Big leg kick by Vargas and no throw by Moore. He just put it in his pocket. Good take by Jason Bartlett. Little fake bunt. He saw the jump that BJ had. He had no intention of bunting. He was just trying to block the catcher's view. Make the catcher stay back.
And a strike. 2-1. Bartlett trying to give the Rays the lead, take advantage of the leadoff walk, and now the steal. Ground ball, that's going to go through into left field. Upton will have to stop at third. Saunders got to the ball, charging it in left. As the ball finally got through the left side, and now the Rays have men at first and third.
Well, with BJ stealing second base there, what that did, Tuiasosopo played up and even with the bag, maybe thinking bunt. And because of that, you saw him miss on that dive, and it gave Bartlett a chance to get one through the hole on the left side.
With 2 men on and nobody out, Carl Willis, the pitching coach, spends some time with Vargas, and they get the bullpen up. They get the left-hander, Roland Smith, up.
I'm watching the Mariners play defense. I mean, you gotta take the bunt away by showing the hitter you're up and do it exactly what Evan Longoria does. Then he moves back so he can have range. And I mean, this is a coaching issue too. I mean, if that's their philosophy, I can see why they're having some troubles all the way around. It's just like when Carl Crawford was up with 2 on there, he's not going to bunt. You got the corners up. All you're doing for the hitter is giving him a chance to hit one through a hole.
So here's Crawford again, this time with men at first and third. Carl shoots the fastball foul the other way. Strike 1.
Well, this is the type of inning where the Rays got to score more than 1 here. Have a big inning.
Ground ball down to first. Grabbed there by Spoke. And he'll get the out, and that's it. No chance for BJ to score as Bartlett advanced on that sharply hit ball by Crawford.
And you know what? That was a smart play by BJ because he would have been thrown out. That ball was hit so hard to the backhand side of Smoke, so he was able to watch him. I mean, just right at him. He barely came off the bag, so it's really hit right at him. Backhands it. And because he's a left-handed thrower, would have had plenty of leverage to throw a strike to home plate.
Willie Ibar. fastball is a strike. Willie drove in a run with a fly ball to left. His last time up. Popped to first in the first. A big opportunity for the Rays. They've left men on base in every inning. Upstairs. They look one man on in each of the first 4, and 3 of those runners have been left in scoring position.
The infield up the middle is playing back, so they'll give the Rays a run here, and BJ's got to get a good secondary lead. He should be going on contact.
Down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
The reason I say that is because the third baseman, Tuoyasa Sopo, is not that deep, and if the ball's hit hard to him, he may go home. So BJ's got to still get a good secondary lead from third base, just because of the third baseman and Smoke. Smoke's over there just about even with the bat. At first base.
Line drive. This one will get through the left side. Upton scores. Bartlett goes to third, and the Rays retake the lead. Now it's 3-2. Ibar comes through with his second run batted into the game.
Well, again, either you're going to play back or you're going to play in. The third baseman's in no man's land, because if he's back, he catches this ball, but he's up worried about cutting off BJ a little bit, so there's more rain from the left side for the hitter to get the ball through. See where he's at? I mean, he's pitching BJ a little bit, and if he's back and wide of third, he catches that ball. And that's 3 times I don't get the defensive alignment.
Zobrist shortens as if to bunt.
I was going to say the Rays will take it, though.
Rays trying to get this other run home with that first and third 1-out situation, and Zobrist with the option of taking that pitch if he was going to bunt, and it was down 1-0.
I got the right runner to do it too, with Bartlett at third.
Ibar first, Bartlett third.
You also have the right pitcher to do it on, with a left-handed pitcher and a left-handed throwing first baseman. If Ben could get it kind of in the seam there and push it toward second base a little bit.
And he bunts first base side, down the line from third. Bartlett. Everybody's going to be safe as the Rays pick up another run. Well, he put it down the first base side. Perfectly done. Bartlett scores to make it 4-2. Zobrist gets a base hit, the run batted in, and Ibar moves into scoring position. Couldn't have worked out any better.
That's a good call by Joe Madden for the reasons we just talked about. Push it that way. You get a left-handed fielder. It's actually a better bunt than anticipated, because you get a base hit out of it to go with it. And you got a great base runner in Bartlett. Scores easily. Well done.
So that's going to be it for Vargas. Seattle making a pitching change here. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by Metro PCS. Wireless for all. Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by McDonald's, I'm loving it. The Rays have taken a 4-2 lead. Zobrist bunting home the last run. He's at first. Ibar is at second. Kelly Shopping will be the hitter, and Ryan Roland Smith, the new pitcher.
26th game for Ryan. He had been a starter, of course. We've seen him a couple of times, but look at that ERA, over 7. Reached 318 the league's hitting against him.
And the pitch to Shopping is upstairs, 1-0. Vargas gone. 1 out into the 5th inning.
Now the defense is playing where they should have before because you got a slower runner. Just because you got average runners, it doesn't mean you play up on every guy. They're not going to bunt. Now you're playing right because now you got a chance for a double play if you're the Mariners.
2-0 the count to Shopping. Smith missed a considerable amount of time with lower back problems. Ground ball backhanded at third by Tuiasa Sopo. Safe there. Everybody's safe. The throw to Figgins at second base to the outfield side of the bag, and so everybody is safe.
Well, by playing where he should have been playing, he did save a base hit and a run right there. Did a nice play to backhand it. See, he's back and he makes a nice crossover, picks it. Just with the rush there, he throws wide at second base. Clearly Figgins was just getting out of the way of Ben Zobrist. Figgins should have come across the back and stretched and then got out that way. He elected to go toward the outfield side, and Figgins felt Ben Zobrist coming. If you come across the bag, you got him out. Then you can get out of the way. So I thought that was a mistake by Sean. Sean's a better third baseman anyway for me.
Here's Carlos Pena, and the ball off the mid of Moore. Ibar comes down the line, and the Rays pick up their 5th run of the night. It's 5-2.
Well, we talked about a crooked number this inning, and the Rays have done it. 3 is a crooked number, and in case people don't know what I mean, a 1 is not crooked, so 3, 4, 5 spot, take that.
It's the 7th pass ball of the year charged to Moore.
Man.
And the Rays get a run. A 3-run 5th. To Pena. Carlos fouls it back. 1-1. Zobrist is at third. Shopping's on second. Ibar has scored. With 5 runs, 7 hits in the game. Carlos lays off the pitch upstairs. 2-1. Roland Smith behind Pena, 3-1. And he reloads the bases. Pena walks. Bases loaded for Sean Rodriguez.
Number 1, Sean Rodriguez.
Carl Willis is going to go to the mound again. You see Sean's numbers with the bases loaded for his career. They're impressive.
385, 5 for 13.
As a reminder, you can go to RaysBaseball.com and register for the Rays postseason ticket opportunity, where selected winners will have the chance to purchase postseason tickets. Three runs in the inning, 5 charged to the starter Vargas. The Tigers off to a 3-0 lead over Minnesota.
Not bad. Yeah, they're in the 6th inning and they're hitting. In the bottom of the 6th, the Tigers 1st and 3rd. That's a Justin Verlander game.
John Rodriguez fouling a first pitch fastball.
If people can't scoreboard watch at home, we'll do it for them.
That's exactly right.
These are all important for this reason. The Minnesota Twins right now with the best record. And that would be home field advantage until the World Series. And that's what the Rays want.
1-1 to count. Well, you're not always sure if the remaining games really make any difference on that schedule or not, but the Twins have a favorable schedule. The Rays figure to have a favorable one, and the Yankees figure to have the toughest of the 3. 2-1.
Well, and you know, shouldn't they? The world champ should have the toughest, shouldn't they?
Of course. That sounds only fair.
But in the end, in the East, I mean, everybody plays each other equally, and the Rays have fared very well in the American League East.
Foul. 2-2. Well, there is the remaining schedule. You see Boston, Toronto, and Boston again for the Yankees. Detroit, Kansas City, and Toronto for the Minnesota Twins, and for the Rays, Seattle, Baltimore, and Kansas City. You know, anytime you play Baltimore these days, you can't take that for granted. And Sean Rodriguez is called out on strikes. Big strikeout for Ryan Roland Smith.
Yeah, I think Sean was looking for something else right here. This is a very hittable pitch. Had plenty of the zone and plenty of height above the knees.
Well, you could see Sean Rodriguez turning on that pitch and hitting it a long way.
Almost always. I just think he outthought himself there. He's looking for something else, looking for a breaking ball or something off speed.
As when Jennings fouls a fastball out of play, strike 1.
Which is always tough to do when you've got 2 strikes and you got men in scoring position. You got to be thinking swing first. I don't think any manager will care if you end up striking out chasing because you're thinking aggressive at least.
And the Tigers have added 2 more. It's 5-0. Casper Wells, it's a 2-run triple. Line drive right to the first baseman. Smoke to retire the side. The Rays send 9 men to the plate. They score 3, leave 3, and lead by 3, 5-2.
with the Rays. And don't forget, you can join us for our final Family Fun Day presented by the St. Petersburg Times coming up this Sunday, the 26th, when the Rays host the Seattle Mariners. And the first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a Rays recyclable beach set presented by Waste Management. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today. And here is that beach set, guys, presented by Waste Management. You got your little bucket here, and then a little shovel, right? And then you can imprint in the sand the little TV logo. So there you go. That's the Waste Management recyclable beach set for Sunday, kids 14 and under. I'm going to head out to the touch tank right now and see if I play in the sand a little bit out there. Guys, back to you.
All right. See, I mean, Todd, he's never far away from a party.
No, he's not. Well,
there he is.
He's been on the road. He was looking forward to getting back, you know.
Here's Lopez lifting one down the left field line. That ball is just fair. Crawford with a pickup, and Lopez goes for two and is in there, dropping a double right on the left field line on an 0-1 pitch.
That was a strange looking swing right there. Pitch up and in. Spike curveball right here. Look at this thing. Brought his hands inside it and kept it fair somehow. Right on the chalk.
Paul Nart down there at third base making the call. 28th double for Lopez. Now Franklin Gutierrez at the plate. And there's a nice pitch. Breaking ball. Strike one.
Almost looked like Lopez saw something up and high and like an Ephus pitch, and I'm going to hack at this. I don't care where it is. Jeff has had a good curveball tonight, though, other than that one to Lopez. Came right back with it. Gutierrez, nice pitch.
Line drive caught by Rodriguez, and the throw to second hits Lopez, so he's safely in at second base. So Gutierrez hit the ball right on the button and right at Sean Rodriguez.
Nice reactions by Sean, and great presence of mind again to try to double up the runner at second base, Lopez. Right in the same line, though. Left leg.
Remember that game as a kid you played? If they thought they hit you, you're out?
Yes.
In that case, Lopez would have been out.
I think he's out.
Justin Smoke. Pitches up a bit. A ball, no strikes.
Justin Smoke's made a couple of nice defensive plays here last game. Saw enough of Mark Teixeira the last 4 nights.
Yes, we have.
Played pretty well over there.
Wave through that one. It's 1-1. Neiman here in the 6th inning. A man at second with one out. He's a little over 70 pitches, and the Rays have some action going in the bullpen. And Wheeler, the right-hander, and Randy Choate, the left-hander. Well, if Randy's not in the game, he's up throwing in the bullpen all the time. On one, a turn, nothing doing back there at second. 6 hits for Seattle. Rays put 3 up in the bottom of the 5th to break the tie. Rays had led 1-0, 2-0. Seattle tied it with 2 in the 4th, and now it's 5-2 here in the 6th. Blocked by Shopping.
Done a good job back there blocking that number curve.
Well, Alex Rodriguez and Mark Teixeira, speaking of Teixeira, Kev, back-to-back home runs.
Yeah, I tell you, the Yankees.
10-3 now.
Yeah, well, that's why I say you never get enough runs against the Yankees. Last night we were talking about that. I guess Joe Girardi thought the Rays had enough runs because he pulled everybody.
Yeah, they had a completely new team at the end of the game, that contest.
Yeah, sure did.
Two balls and a strike to count. 2-1. Fly ball center field. DJ backs up a few steps. He'll make the catch. And the runner Lopez remains at second base. Two outs. Now the catcher Adam Moore. Moore singled in a run in the fourth. And that breaking ball is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball moves him back a little bit, leans him back. 2-0. Jeff Neiman trying to pitch around the leadoff double, and a foul ball, a fastball. Moore took a cut, fouled it back. 2-1.
I think Joe Madden would really like to see Neiman get more right here, because with Cho'd up, I think what Joe's telling you is if for some reason Moore gets on, that means Saunders, who has power, is a tying run, and Joe, this may be Neiman's last hitter, even though he's pitched pretty well and his pitch count's efficient. It's not high.
2-1. That makes it 2-2. Moore had a better cut at the previous fastball than he had at that one.
Yeah, that was a good one, down with some movement. Moore's base hit was that tied the game in the fourth, was a slider that just kind of spun up there. I don't think you'll see Jeff throw that one again. You may see him drop the knuckle curve right here in the dirt. We'll see.
2-2. And a base hit back through the middle. Upton up with it. Lopez heads to the plate. The throw's not going to be in time, and Chapa can't handle the one-hop throw as it pops away from him. Moore goes into second, driving in his second run of the night. That's going to make it 5-3. So Moore goes to second on the throw through. A base hit, the run batted in.
Yeah, fastball. They try to set up in. You can see Jeff missed away, and I was a little surprised. I thought maybe he dropped that knuckle curve. And BJ's got to hit the cutoff man so the runner can't get into scoring position. And that'll bring Joe Madden in to do exactly what we just talked about.
So Neiman goes 5 2/3. The call goes for the lefty. We'll be back in a moment. departs. 2 outs into the 6th inning in favor of Randy Choate. Randy on to face the lefty.
Yeah, I think this is a good move because Saunders is a guy that does have a lot of power. I mean, he can strike out. He's not hitting for an average, but he does have good home run power. So the lefties, low ball hitters.
To turn, nothing doing back there as Bartlett had to slip in behind Moore, and Moore actually had a pretty good sized lead.
Yes, he did.
At second. Too low. Choate starting Saunders with a slider.
A good one right there. That sweeping slider, good pitch, outside corner, and finishes about 6 inches away.
Again, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Same pitch, same result.
Runner at second. 2-run game, 2 outs, 1 and 2. And a popper in the short right center. Upton coming on to make the catch, and that'll retire the side. A run, 2 hits, and a man left. Rays lead 5-3. Canterfield tonight. Just a reminder, go to foxsportsflorida.com and vote for the top memorable moment of the Rays 2010 season you'd like to see replayed right here on Sun Sports. Jeff Neiman, 79 pitches, 5 2/3, 3 runs, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts. We go to the home half of the inning, top of the order. This is the 4th time tonight in 6 innings that B.J. Upton has led off an inning. He's facing Ryan Roland Smith, the big lefty out of Sydney, Australia. 1 ball, no strikes. Up the right side, down toward the bullpen and beyond foul. It's 1-1.
Hey, who needs a glove?
Good hands.
Good hands.
That's all. Tigers have a 6-0 lead over Minnesota. Game's in the bottom of the 7th inning now in Detroit. Verlander 8 strikeouts, no walks through 6 innings of 3-hit baseball. 3-1 pitch hit on the ground to third, and Upton is out. A wide stretch by Smoke taking the throw from Tuiasa Sopo. Cabrera, by the way, hit a home run earlier in that game, his 36th.
I still say that Bautista's got to get some MVP consideration, doesn't he?
Oh, what a monster year. Absolutely. Here's Bartlett shooting it into left center field. That's going to go all the way back to the wall. Extra bases. Gutierrez with the pickup, and Bartlett stops with a double. Jason's on for the 4th time tonight.
This is good news leading up to the postseason, because the Rays are going to be in, and Jason's swinging the bat now. This is really good news, because they're going to face some lefties if and when they get there, and they're going to be there. There's your Amscott replay. Nice swing, short, compact, in the gap, left center field. But he's 2 for 2 tonight, 2 walks. He had some good at-bats against the Yankees. He's got his batting average up now to 255.
Speaking of Bautista, the foul ball off Crawford's foot. He's hit his 2nd home run. 52 home runs now for Bautista.
It's unbelievable.
And the Blue Jays have a 5-3 lead at home in the top of the 8th over Baltimore. 52 for Bautista.
Incredible.
To the count. And Carl caught looking. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Roland Smith.
Yeah, a little breaking ball right here. I think Carl thought he saw him flinch a little bit. I think he thought it was going to be off the inside corner. It's not that he was guessing. He just thought the ball was going to stay in on him. Kind of buckled him for a split second.
Willie Ibar takes a pitch down. Ball, no strikes. Well, Ibar with a couple of runs batted in is 43. That's a single season career high for him. Dubs it by the mound to second. Pickens with the pickup. He throws him out to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. On to the 7th we go. 5-3 Rays. tonight brought to you by your Greater Tampa Bay Buick and GMC dealers. And by AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Rays lead it by 2. It's 5-3. We go to the 7th inning. Take a look at those numbers by Jose Bautista. The first 50-plus home run season in the majors since '07.
Yeah, and it's too bad that he's had to answer questions about steroid use, but you know what? He's been upfront about it. He said, I expect it, I understand it, but he said, I haven't done anything wrong, and I'm doing it the right way. I just adjusted some things mechanically and with his thought process, and really, more than anything, he's getting a chance to play every single day. Yep. Cheeto gas has totally given him confidence. He knows he's in the lineup every single night.
Grant Balfour will take over on the mound, so the Rays send their Aussie to the mound. Ryan Roland Smith in relief for Seattle, and now Balfour for the Rays.
And Grant's had a very, very strong year. Got 9 outs now out of the bullpen here that Joe Maddon's looking to get, other than Randy Choate's one big out to Michael Saunders.
First pitch is a ball to Matt Tuiasosopo. Go for 2 tonight. And Grant picks up the corner, says Brian Gorman. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Rays led 2-0. Mariners tied at 2-2. Rays led 5-2, and now it's a 5-3 lead. And a high pop up, short right. Out from second base, Zobrist. One away here in the 7th this week on Fox Saturday Baseball. And the Rays continues to heat. The Red Sox look to keep the playoff hopes alive. They'll take on the Yankees. They look to keep pace in both the AL East and the wild card. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Gillette returns this week at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. It's a ball to Josh Wilson.
Tigers scored again. They're up 9-0 over Minnesota tonight.
Pitch is popped up. Foul ball for Shopping. 2 gone. Two up, 2 down.
I think that's enough runs for Verlander to finish that one off.
Yeah. And over in the National League, the Phillies beat the Mets 3-2. How about that? The Phillies have won 11 in a row. They're 93-61.
And I believe they are now 19-3 in September.
Strike to Ichiro.
That's getting hot at the right time. And they've just blown that division wide open. The Braves are losing also 6-1 to the Nationals, which that was a Tim Hudson start.
The Phillies are now 54-28 at home. 1-1 to Ichiro. Yeah, you're right. The Nationals have a 6-1 lead in the middle of the 7th. Adam Dunn has hit a couple of home runs against the Braves tonight.
Well, Braves just got swept by the Phillies, and they go into Washington with their ace.
Ichiro up the left side. That's going to be fair. Head back toward the corner, and Ichiro is on his way to second with an easy double. His 29th 2-base hit of the year.
The game must be so slow for Ichiro. I mean, pitching. I mean, you get 92, 93 fastballs, and he just waits like it's, you know, slow pitch softball or something. It's unbelievable.
You know, that's a great comparison. That's exactly what this looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
if you see slow pitch softball, that's how hitters react.
That's how he is. I read it. That's a 92, 93 fastball.
Wow.
That's just a gift. That's great eyesight, but just great coordination, just great talent. The ability to wait. But you'll hear good hitters say when the first thing they'll say is when they're in the flow of swinging well, I'm seeing the ball. I'm seeing the ball well. The ball looks like a basketball to me.
Yeah, there's the National League wild card. The Braves struggling. So that thing's going to be tight.
Oh, it's back and forth.
1-0 to count to Sean Figgins.
That didn't hurt Kirk Gibson and his chances to be the manager and stay there in Arizona with Kevin Towers watching when you sweep the Rockies in Arizona. Rockies have gotten knocked down a little bit.
1-1 to count. Figgins has a run scored tonight. Now he's up here with Ichiro in scoring position and 2 outs in the 7th.
It's a big sequence right here. Want to let Seattle get back in this thing. It's only a 2-run lead as it is.
This team with 8 hits. One ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know why Sean's upset. Those are pretty good pitches. I think he thinks they're inside, but let's take a look. Right, I mean, that was right down the middle.
Yeah, that was in the heart of the strike zone 2 ways.
Unless he's upset. Wrong, but it looked like he was upset at the umpire.
1-2 and a foul just outside of third.
Good protection swing for Sean. Might have been called strike 3.
Into the dirt. 2-2.
Another good block by Kelly. That's about, what, 4 or 5 tonight?
Ben Angel back there behind the plate.
Yeah. Good anticipation, too.
And a popper right side. Zobrist out from second base again for this one. He's got it to retire the side. Mariners leave a man. Rays lead 5-3, middle of 7th. action. It's been a party here tonight at Tropicana Field. As we go to the home half of the 7th inning, the Rays lead 5-3. 5 runs off the starter, Jason Vargas. Rays starter, Jeff Neiman, worked 2 outs into the 6th, charged with 3 runs. And Dan Cortez will make his major league debut, coming on as the 3rd pitcher of the night for Seattle.
Taking a look at his minor league numbers right there. 34 games, 98 strikeouts, 96 in the 3rd innings, high ERA over 5.
Here's Ben Zobrist, and the first pitch is a strike.
But 97 miles an hour gets you to the big leagues for a look.
Yes, it does. Pops it foul. That's going to be out of play. 0-2. Well, you know, managers and pitching coaches and general managers like the big fastball.
You like the big arm.
Yep.
Especially for guys that are going to pitch late in the game like this young man, because they can get you a strikeout with men on base.
Ground ball headed toward the middle, backhanded stop. Figgins throw to first. Figgins made a nice play to get Zobrist. It is the first out here in the 7th, and 2 for 4 on the night.
A nice play by Sean with a crossover step. Picks it, gets back up with a little slide, and throws a strike over there. I mentioned earlier, I just think he's a better third baseman. I thought he really developed into a solid third baseman with the Angels, and when he signed with Seattle, he agreed to play second base. And I think at the beginning, Dwayne, I think some of that affected his hitting. I really do. Not to make excuses, but it's different. When you're playing up the middle, there's a lot of things going on up there, especially with your back on the double play ball, the turn you have to make. And he hadn't played over there in a while. But he agreed to do it. Of course, he got a lot of money to do that, too.
Chopik takes the second pitch down. It's 1-1.
But you saw at second base there him come off the bag on that ball Kelly Chopik hit, and you know he heard footsteps, and that's a play you got to make.
A 1-2 count. They got 4 to 3rd from Vargas. An inning and 2/3 from Roland Smith. 1-2 the count here. Chopik. That evens the count. 2-2. Kelly takes that one for strike 3. Slider got him. 2 gone, and here's tonight's in-game box score presented by Mass Mutual. The Rays Upton with a hit, a double, scored a couple runs. Bartlett's been on 4 times. A couple of walks and a double and a single. Ibar driving in 2. Zobrist with 2 hits, and Chopik with a couple hits. Base is empty, 2 outs in the 7th. Carlos Pena.
Let's see if Carlos can run into one right here. Going to get 97. What he's going to get.
A bouncer right side, smoke bar to his right. Cortez covers, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3. We're headed into the 8th. 5-3 Tampa Bay. yourself 2010 postseason tickets. We'll call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to find out how. Joaquin Benoit, pitcher number 4 for the Rays tonight.
And game number 60 for Joaquin.
And the first pitch to Lopez is a strike.
You know, I was thinking about this today and actually during the game last night. We touched on it a little bit, but, you know, Joe Girardi just kind of said, hey, this game's over. He took everybody out with a couple of innings to go.
Well, the Yankees are coming back tonight.
I know, and what that did.
High popper. Down at third, Sean Rodriguez makes the catch. 1 out.
Dwayne, what that did, it allowed Joe Madden to use, you know, Ekstrom and, you know, some of the younger guys out of the bullpen there. And he didn't have to use Balfour or Benoit or Soriano, so it gave them a day off. And you don't expect a day off at Yankee Stadium. You expect it to be a close game, and you're going to have to mix and match. So it did. It surprised me that Girardi did that.
Well, it's 10-7 now. Boston 10, the Yankees 7. Bottom of the 7th inning. There's a strike to Gutierrez. And Scott Atchison just retired Robinson Cano to end the 7th, so they're going into the 8th. Teixeira and Rodriguez hit home runs in the 6th, and Swisher and Rodriguez hit home runs in the 7th. 2 the count to Gutierrez.
Couple of good pitches. Changeup followed by a nice slider. Some good tilt to that.
One ball, 2 strikes.
In fact, Soriano, he didn't pitch in the whole series, did he?
He did not.
So he's had a lot of rest. Wow.
And a wave and a miss by Gutierrez. He missed the 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Well, how good has Benoit been all season long? What a find this year. Changeups down, sliders down. He goes up the ladder with a fastball. Gets a chase out of it.
That'll be Justin Smoak.
This guy's splits are incredible. Justin Smoak.
Aren't they? He has really struggled to switch hitter and to the point where you think, well, maybe you had to rethink it.
I'm telling you, he's hitting 194, but coming in, you and I were talking together before the game about it. What was it, 077 left-handed?
Yeah, he came in 4 for 52.
Incredible.
On the left side. 2-0. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Benoit behind him, 3-0.
He does have big upside, though. He's got big power once he gets acclimated to big league pitching.
The strike, 3-1. Topped up, straight back foul. Put out of play. Shopping Rid of the mask, and the Scully was all set to go after that one. But it was out of play. Full count. Drive, base hit into right field, and Smoke picks up his first hit of the night.
He caught up with a changeup there. That was up. Not a great pitch from Joaquin. He's not happy with himself. You can see it's just a floater. Stays up. Here's the grip. Here's the pitch up. And he's able to catch up with him. He got beat on a 3-1 fastball. He came back with a changeup. I think it kind of did him a favor. Although if it's down, he gets him, but just, he made a mistake.
Adam Moore, he's driven in 2 of the 3 runs with 2 hits tonight. It's 2 out of 3.
That's a good pitch.
Close right there. Yes, it was 1-0. Pulled away from the slider.
Yeah, that had good depth right here. Good tilt on it too. Movement away and down. The changeup.
Stays in. 2-1. That one by him. Back to the fastball.
Yep.
Take it to 2-2.
Yep, 94 up. Right above his hands with that one.
Fouled away. Count holds at 2-2. Ball game in the top of the 8th. Rays have had the lead a couple times tonight. They had a 3-run 5th that gave them a 5-2 lead. It's a 5-3 game here in the 8th.
He can throw that good slider again. He gets him, but we also saw that spinning slider earlier in the game that Moore got an RBI hit on.
And a swing and a miss. And back to the fastball. That retires the side. No runs ahead, a man left. Bottom of the 8th coming. Rays lead 5-3.
Look at a couple of the Rays starters right there, David Price and also Matt Garza. Last night in our all-the-way text poll question of the evening, you voted for who you thought should start Game 1 of the playoffs for the Rays, and you voted 59% for David Price. How about Game 2 as we continue this series of all-the-way text poll questions? Who should start Game 2 of the ALDS? Matt Garza, TB1, James Shields, TB2, Wade Davis, TB3, Jeff Neiman, TB4. Text your votes to 789-789. We'll have the results for you in our Rays Live postgame show. Speaking of Matt Garza, guys, in honor of his no-hitter on July 26th, Brandon Harley-Davidson and Soft Touch Studio, responsible for our motorcycle, courtesy of the Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays organization, going out and getting this beautiful Fat Boy Harley-Davidson motorcycle for number 22, Matt Garza, and that is in honor of his no-hitter on the 26th. He will be in style there, along with his new Harley. Guys, back to you.
All right, Sean Rodriguez is going to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning against another young right-hander. Rodriguez has taken a couple pitches, and the count is 1-1. Anthony Guerrero, that's his major league debut. 1-2. He's out of Staten Island and St. John's. 25 years old.
It's on. Let's go.
And strike 3 is called. Up the corner with that one.
It's a good overhand curveball right there. Of course, a young pitcher will always have advantage on a hitter when you haven't seen him before. And that's just a beautiful overhand curveball. Got the outside corner and was at the knees as well.
Well, Matt Joyce will now pinch hit for Desmond Jennings here against the right-hander. Jennings went 0 for 3.
Joe Madden feels a little bit more comfortable getting another run or two. You know, 2-run lead is fine. Seattle's not a great hitting club, and I know the bottom of the order is coming up, but this is why I think Matt Joyce is pinch hitting.
Fouls it. 1 ball, 1 strike. All 5 of the Rays' runs came in the first half of this game off the starter Vargas. There's a long one, but well fouled.
That's what he's looking for.
Takes the count to 1-2. Morrow split the year between AA and AAA, and he drops that one in there. Another curveball for a called third strike. He got Rodriguez looking on the curve, and now Joyce looking on the breaking ball.
And Brian Gorman had been calling the high pitch all night long, and Matt's just off the bench right there. Curveball started up high, but dropped right over the top part of the strike zone.
B.J. Upton. Pitch is up. Well, the Giants have a 2-1 lead on Colorado. Soriano throwing in the Rays bullpen, and Pat Burrell just hit a 2-run home run. That's his 19th. How about that?
That's amazing. It really is.
Welcome back to the National League.
Yeah.
A lot more comfortable and knows the pitchers better over there.
No doubt. And I think, too, you know, listening to some of Pat's comments, is that he never really got comfortable in the DH role. And playing out in the field has actually helped him. There it is, the National League West.
Half up on San Diego. The Rockies 3.5 back now.
San Diego has got to play Cincinnati tonight, who is going to win the National League Central.
Upton draws the walk for the second time tonight. On for the third time. A 2-out pass.
Well, Moore is reminding the young pitcher here that BJ will steal, so he just wants to make sure he goes a little bit quick to the plate, I'm sure, and pays attention, because this is definitely, with 2 outs, a good time to try to get BJ in the scoring position. Perhaps not early, because they could pitch out or throw a fastball off the outside corner, but if the count gets a little deeper, you definitely want to try to steal.
Navarro with the move to first, and BJ's back in.
Well, he was going first pitch. Saw BJ flinch. So that was smart by Adam Moore to remind the young pitcher that he's got to be careful with your BJ. They could just call a fastball or pitch out first pitch.
They do call for the pitch out. 1-0 now.
And that was smart. BJ knew he'd flinch, so he just said, I'll stay right here.
Ground ball to third. And to Figgins for the force. That retires the side. So we'll go into the 9th inning with the Rays leading 5-3.
And all accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays lead 5-3. Go to the 9th inning, and Rafael Soriano is the pitcher for the Rays. And to close this one out, Michael Saunders, the left fielder, leads off. The first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Rafael Soriano, 43 saves. He equaled Roberto Hernandez's club mark, who had 43. Roberto had 43 for the Rays in 99. Foul out of play. 0-2. Soriano picked up his 43rd save against the Yankees here on the 15th. The Rays beat him 4-3.
Look at those numbers. 166 batting average against. He pounds the strike zone as well, much like Joaquin Benoit. 53 strikeouts, 12 walks.
One ball, 2 strikes.
I always felt, Dwayne, that was the most important thing for your closer. I always liked a guy that could throw strikes. Those guys that are 3-2 and everybody make managers nervous.
Yeah, it's not good for their health.
No. Makes everybody nervous.
Foul, got a little bit of it. Stayed alive. Soriano started his career in the Seattle Mariners organization. Played some first base, some outfield. Went to the mound. And a swing and a miss. So he takes care of Saunders to start the ninth.
What a beauty of a pitch after some fastballs up and in. He goes down with the breaking ball right here. A little slider, back door, beauty. Great pitch.
That'll be the third baseman, Tuiasa Sopo. That's 0 for 3 tonight. It's a little low. 1-0. The pitch is low and away. 2-0.
Tigers got it done over Minnesota, 10-1. Good news.
Yep, Verlander lost a shutout with 2 outs in the ninth inning. 3-0 to Tuiasa Sopo. He didn't walk anybody and had 11 strikeouts.
Rafa's got to come all the way back now. You don't want to put anybody on with the tie and run on deck.
3-0, and he walks him. So a strikeout of Saunders and then a walk on 4 pitches to Tuiasa Sopo. Josh Wilson is due, and he's going to be lifted. Matt Mangini, who made his major league debut in their game last night against Toronto. He went 1 for 4. One on, one out. And a strike. Fastball to start him. Mangini was at AAA Tacoma, and they see Ichiro's on deck. 313 for Tacoma with 18 home runs.
Yeah, this is a big guy to try to get right here. Ichiro on deck.
Broken bat, a little humpback liner caught by the third baseman Sean Rodriguez, and boy, the part of that bat headed towards Soriano. Increasingly dangerous.
Yeah, we talked about that the other night. Tyler Colvin of the Cubs got hit by a bat with a jagged edge. Like a little cutter. Look at this, right back at Soriano. He doesn't even see it. He doesn't see it till it's too late. He got very fortunate right there. That could have been very ugly.
That's just out and out dangerous.
It is. That's got to do something about these maple bats, especially.
Well, 2 outs with a runner at first. And Ichiro's going to be the hitter. It's not easy in the big leagues, even against a team that's hitting only .234.
Nope.
Here we are, 2-run game, and Ichiro's at the plate. And the pitch is a strike, a fastball over the inside part.
And Rafi got a little bit more on that one. That was 94. And we've seen him do that. When he wants to pump it up a little bit to 94, 95, he can do it.
Ground ball right side. Zobrist throw to first. Rays win. Vin Zobrist takes care of Ichiro with that ground ball. Rays are winners 5-3. Neiman's going to get the win. That's his 11th and the save, the 44th of the year for Soriano. That's a club record. Rafael Soriano with 44 saves. And the Rays take the first game of this series, first game of the homestand. And the Rays' magic number to clinch a playoff spot reduced to 3. Boston leading New York going into the ninth, 10-7. The Rays win tonight here, 5-3. So at the moment, the Rays have an identical record with the New York Yankees in the AL East at 92-61. For the Rays tonight, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 9 left. For Seattle, 3-9-0 with 7. Neiman the winner, Vargas the loser. Soriano picks up the save on this pitch and this play. And
not even the great Ichiro can hit that breaking ball about 2 inches off the ground for a base hit. Nice play, though, at the end by Ben Zobrist. And Rafael, again, does his normal antics when he gets the save.
So a victory for the Rays and a save for Soriano. A club record right now. Todd Callis on the field with Rafael Soriano.
Dwayne, thank you so much. You broke the tie tonight. You are now the all-time record holder for saves in one season for Tampa Bay. What does that mean for you?
To me, and like I said before, I'm not here for try to break the record, something like that. To me, try the win and make the playoff. That's all, and that thing happen right now, I'll be happy too, but that was not looking for.
The win helps the Rays towards the playoffs, obviously. Coming against the Seattle Mariners, a team that you started your career with, was it a little extra special?
To me, it be the first time, I can say, be a little different, but, I play him when the team is going over there playing, and to me, I'll be happy when, all the team to be good for me this year, and, I'll be happy with that.
A lot of the fans tonight wearing your shirt, Dominate Late. They were handed out the shirts. They gave you a standing ovation. Many of them did when you came in from the bullpen. What did that mean to you?
To me, I feel very good when I see the fans. They love me. And everybody know what I do and how I help the team. And to me, be happy to me. When the fans every time I go and pitch and the time go, the friends are going be happy they see me there.
When you're in the clubhouse or in the bullpen, do you notice what's happening in the Red Sox-Yankees game? How much attention do you pay to that?
No, I'm not be thinking about, all the teams that right now we play. And to me, I'm fucking my game, and to me, it be matter, the win some game here, and no matter who was, what happened in the game, nothing like that. When I be inside, I do my routine and everything that I've been doing all year.
Congratulations on the record. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rafael Soriano, guys. 44 saves, helping the Rays the victory.
Yeah, and he saves it for Jeff Neiman. He saved Neiman's last victory, which came on the 3rd of August over Minnesota. Rays winners 5-3. Back in a moment.